I'm Heena. I born in India, state of Gujarat. I'm Indian. Happy Diwali, all.
Hi, I'm Geetika. I was born in Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm American. My immigrant parents, trying their best to support my Americanization, would send me to school every day with a real American lunch. My dad had picked out one of those plastic lunch boxes. It was red with Return of the Jedi on it and a matching thermos, and my mom would lovingly pack it every morning. I got a chewy granola bar, a Capri Sun, a fruit, and a green peanut butter jelly sandwich. Yep, green. I can imagine it too, my parents wandering around a massive American grocery store with the ingredients of a peanut butter jelly sandwich in their hand and confronted with more options and brands and variety of jam than they'd ever conceived possible, reach for the most unusual, probably most American one, mint jelly. It's true. For 3 times a week, well into the 3rd grade, I took mint PBJ sandwiches to school. I didn't even really think that much of it. We would snack on it in my vegetarian household all the time. I only stopped because somewhere in the 3rd grade, somebody made fun of my green sandwich, at which point I came home and told my mom that I could take nothing green to school. And so I was, and honestly, it would have probably faded into some memory, and I wouldn't have thought that much about it if it wasn't for one night, my freshman year in college, when I walked into the dining hall, and there, next to the lamb special, was a familiar old friend. I was perplexed. Here it was, a cornerstone of my American lunch, repurposed in a way that I or my parents had never imagined, as a condiment for meat.
I haven't tried mint jelly, but I'm curious now. The proudest day of my life, the day I become an American citizen. First time in my life, I let myself be proud of me. I earned it by knowing how to make perfect Reuben. So me and my husband came here in early 90s on a business visa. Within a couple of months, we were the owner of a flower store and a liquor store. Without knowing much about the business, we were behind the counters 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week. 10 years in, next door to us, John and Otto owned the German restaurant Hofbrau. They asked me if I'm interested in managing their restaurant as they expanded. Physically, I tried to convince myself, don't sign up for this. With running a flower store, 2 young children, it was impossible. But this was my pathway of citizenship. Every 2 years when we renew our visa, the uncertainty whether they're gonna grant me my visa or not was killing me. I was ready to come out of that. Other challenge was the menu. It was all meat. I'm vegetarian. I haven't tasted or eaten meat. Now I had to sell that freaking Reuben as one of my favorites. But those sandwich days were really physically exhausting. I remember very vividly the day I got my citizenship. I thank Reuben. I was so excited. In my mind, I was dancing, jumping up and down. I was screaming. I wanted to cry. I wanted to laugh. I never felt those emotions. I earned it for me and for my family. Those hard-working days, I reached somewhere where I wanted to go. In that room, it took me 20 years to get that paper in my hand. I had to show you this picture of Reuben because no one could join me that day to capture those emotions. Paresh was at store behind the counter, and my children were at school.
I have a daughter now, and she's almost 10 months old. No, she's real good. And I wonder if Mira's gonna have mint PBJ moments, or if being American is gonna come more naturally to her. But then I think, don't I want her to feel at least a little bit foreign? Because it's those moments of discomfort that made me feel most connected to my Indianness. And if she never feels it, will it just be lost?
As a mom, I can empathize with that. When my daughter Vishakha born, first time felt like something belongs to me, my own extension of me. See, growing up in India, middle class family, I was the middle child of 5 sisters. Mom taught us to accept and adapt. Choices were limited. And I did that. I obeyed my parents, then my husband and his family. But when Vishakha born, I wanted something more for me, for her. She's the one who inspired me to come here and find and fight my way to stay in America. Since she's a baby, she has a habit of asking me, "Mom, what's for dinner?" I love that question. I hope she doesn't change that. Even now, she texts me, "What's the plan for tonight, Mom?" One day, she asked me next question, "Mom, what makes you happy?" That small question, as casually she asked me, I did not have answers for her because I was mad. I never asked that question to me. But now I realize discomfort of being foreign, learning a new language, doing 2 jobs, raising children away from my family, but that's what all I chose myself to discover myself. That was my refuge. That's why America always feels home.
Thanks to Heena making her home here, I now get to have her food. And whenever I have it, it starts to send me back to summer vacations in India, to loud meals around my grandmother's table. And just as I'm getting lost in that memory, I'll bite into something totally unexpected, totally unoriginal, or totally original. There'll be sriracha Brussels sprouts on top of my uttapam, or blue cheese tucked away in my naan. But I kind of love that, because for me, that's an escape from having to understand, am I Indian, am I American? It's like an anchor for my landlessness.
Geetika, I'm here to fuck up your authentic memories with your food. Vishaka's that question, Raso is the answer. I am over 50 and first time in my life I'm pursuing what I want from myself. And for me, it's a restaurant as an American where I can share my journey. When I started La Cocina, I wanted a food truck. But as you dream, it gets addictive. What started as a food truck now is a restaurant. When you walk in, you hear the Shehnai playing in the background. People are laughing, sharing food with unexpected flavors. Sometimes it's a Gujarati dish, handmade noodle, dal dhokri. Other times it will be a new dish made by me. I'm dreaming of stars, Michelin stars.
Thank you.
Thank you.